Hello everybody. Oh, my arms are aching now. So hello everybody, welcome to the Partwork show. We are doing the classic Routemaster issue 9. I forgot what issue we're doing. 101, 102. And as always, I have my co-host. I don't know if he's coming in this way or that way, but Horlicks.
Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. Hope you're all well. Yeah, the exciting new build. And I've actually, I received another 4 issues of mine yesterday.
Lovely.
So I've only got 4 more issues left to receive through the post, and I've got them all.
Wow. So yeah, is that subscription still coming then?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've just got up to 196.
196. Is there many issues?
No, 106. 126.
126.
And then the last 4 will be next month.
Wow. So we have a very special guest today. A most wonderful. I mean, I'm running. What can I say that I haven't already said that is absolutely amazing about this guy? I'll just stick to the normal one that says what he doesn't know isn't worth knowing. It's Dave's Hobbies.
Hello. Thank you very much for having me on tonight, Penny and Horlicks.
We'd love to have you on all the time, and you know, it's getting everybody. I want to try and get as many different people on as I can. So
yeah,
I'll hold you off. And
no, it's an honour and a privilege to be on, and it's been a long time coming as well. Because wow, goodness me, yeah.
I think this is the first time you've been on my show since I've restarted it. Yeah.
Goodness me.
So, shall we do the comments before we begin?
Yeah.
So, gold star for first comment, Steve Heising. Good evening, everybody. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Hello.
Dano Builds. Hello, everybody. Now, if you guys haven't checked out Dano Builds, he's quite new to YouTubing. Give him a little look. He's doing some allotment videos, and he's done is it the speeder bike from Star Wars? Really promising builder and videoer. Definitely worth a look. Another channel, it's actually not too bad, is Dave's Hobbies. That's quite a good channel, I hear. He says, hello, everyone. Hope you're all keeping safe. P40F20, hi all. More Routemaster with Penny and Horlicks. As Penny would say, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
Hi, P40.
So, Love Minnie says, hi. I think that's hi all. Yeah, all.
Hi, Love Minnie.
Peter Whitlock says, good evening, one and all. I love that saying. Good evening, one and all.
Good evening.
Hi, Peter.
And then we have Andy M. Evening, Penny, Horlicks, and had my first subscription to the DeLorean build arrived today. Happy days. Looking forward to tonight's build.
Yeah. Hi, Andy.
Dave Mack. Now, funnily enough, is that the Dave Mack that I've been telling everybody the other day? I've seen this new channel. There's a guy building Spitfire. Is it that one?
It could be, yeah. Hi, Dave.
How is that? Yeah, no, I genuinely said, I found a new Spitfire builder. And it is pretty good. I'm really enjoying his builds. So what a coincidence he should come on my show. So everybody, look up Dave Mack. You can see the image now that we're there. So that's the avatar you're looking for. Give his channel a go. He looks like a proper builder. You get like, how do I describe it without it coming out the wrong way? You get like the kids and they're like, whoa, there you go. And then you'll get the experienced guy in the corner and he's, yeah, this is how you do it properly. And that's the guy you want to go to. That's how he comes across to me. And I just think, yeah, I've got a problem. I think that's one of the first people I'll go to because he'll probably answer. So, Stephen Owen.
Hello.
Stephen Owen. Hi, everyone, and good evening. Harvey De Niro. Harvey, you have a very interesting video you've launched today that I want to watch. I'm going to catch up on that. Something about trolls try and be me or something. So I just made me laugh. Bill with Adrian. Hello, everyone. And then
Hello,
Dave.
Adrian.
Hi, Adrian.
So Dave Max says, yes, I'm building a Spitfire. And that's the Lancaster I built a few years ago. Is that the model space one? That is one I'd like to get hold of. But
you mean the Hachette one?
Oh, Hachette?
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
A few years ago, yeah.
Yeah. I have looked for that, but it's really hard to get hold of on eBay. Unless you don't mind paying like £100 an issue.
Oh,
So, it's you ain't going to get all the parts in one go, and you might be able to get the bulk of the parts with a few issues missing, and then you've got to source out. And you know what these Partworks are like? If you missing one issue, you might as well just not bother with any of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then Paul Wright. Sorry, Harvey De Niro says yep. Paul Wright, hi everyone. And
Hi, Paul.
yes, and Matthew Bourne says evening all. Right, so we are building issue 101, issue 102. I'm going to, at a bit of a, I thought we were that far from about to draw blood from each other, discussing, no, we weren't that bad. So in issue 101, we will be well, they're both fitting the right wall framework. But stage 8 onwards is actually fitting it to the bus. Whereas issue 102, we don't fit anything to the bus. We're in debate whether you can fit it. And obviously I've not fitted the upper deck framework, and we're going to be doing all of that in the next issue, which is going to be a bumper issue. So in the end, I've just decided I'm not going to take any chances. I'm going to build issue 101. I'm not going to fit it to the bus. Then I'm going to build issue 102. That doesn't get fitted to the bus. And then next week, we'll have this kind of mishmash. We'll call it issue 100. Are we calling it 103? Yes.
Yeah, because you'll have to do that as well.
It's going to be a bit of issue 96, a bit of 97, basically a bit of everything we've done. And it's just going to be probably 15 hours long, I think, isn't it?
You'll tie it all up and then you'll be all set, ready to go from 104.
And then hopefully 104 will. I've got to admit, I've only just got back into this. I think the last couple of weeks we've kind of got back to how we were, haven't we, with the flow. And then I've just got back to that point, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm all confused. So I'm really looking forward to the end of next week's show when we've got it up. Shall we begin?
Okay. So, here we go. 101. So, we're going to be fitting the right wall framework. Windows and a handle are fitted to the right wall framework, which is then attached to the model, which won't be attached to the model in this show.
Oh, will be. See what I mean? Not confusing at all.
But that'll be sorted next week.
Oh, sorry, you're waiting for me now.
Yeah, no, that's all right. So we're going to be, a lot of this is the parts we've already seen. So it's going to be a case of, just refreshing memories, really.
Yeah.
different.
And I think
different
I'm
panel,
at the point now where I'm thinking, Windows.
Yeah, not many more.
What? Why did I pick a build that has so many windows? Right. So, do you want to do the parts check then?
Okay, so
Open my my magazine. So, sorry, might make a horrible noise. Oh, that's right. That's not so bad. I'm really not keen on opening packaging on camera because all you get is.
yeah.
Right.
So we've got part A, which is the right wall framework.
Okay. As always, it's a big, heavy lump of metal, and it's just really nice. It's really well painted. I'm actually getting to the point now where I'm looking for faults because these are always coming out nice, and the harder I look, the less I actually find any. So I like that detail there. Is that the one that Steve Owen? Is that the bit you repainted? I might be wrong. To make it stand out more. Right, so that's part A then.
Okay, so B is a step.
Would that be this piece here?
Yes, that's the one.
That, you would not believe that's not a sheet of aluminium, would you?
No.
That really is. I mean, we joke about it and we say, I can't believe it's not metal, but I really genuinely can't believe that's not metal.
Okay. C is a handle.
Or where I come from, that's an handle.
An handle.
Grab onto the handle.
Okay, so D is a window bar.
There we go. Plastic with a chrome coating.
Then E is a winder.
In a bag. Very nice. I mean, you've seen a few of these before, but it's still as nice as all the others.
Okay. F is a window frame.
And
that's the red one.
We get rid of this. This is funny old plastic, isn't it? It kind of sticks with the power of static.
Yeah.
Right. Window frame. So this is acrylic-y, plasticky. What is this, Dave? Do you call it acrylic or plastic? It's a very acrylic-like plastic. We got Dave.
Yeah, sorry, it was.
I thought, oh, we can't hear us.
It's. I would say it's acrylic because it's very difficult to paint. I know that.
Right. Okay.
And when you do scrape it,
red dye into the acrylic. You know, obviously acrylic's made up, I guess, of liquid.
Yeah. So as you say, probably the red dye that's doing it. But it's very difficult to paint.
Yes. Yes, I'm glad I'm doing the med bus.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we at? So G is a sliding window pane.
Sliding window pane. Have we done enough of these yet?
I think this is the last one.
Don't know.
Maybe.
You can't see any more windows in the horizon.
Oh, there might be the next issue. I can't remember. Okay, so H is a window pane, which is the smaller of the two.
Smaller of the two that are left. Okay, and again, I say this every time. There are some what do you call them? Ejector pin marks, but I've found every single time these pin marks actually get hidden up by the framework, so it is well designed.
Okay, I is the other window pane.
I is the last window pane, and again, these ejector pin marks at first glance look a bit more alarming than the last ones, but again, in my experience, these will be covered up by the framework.
Okay.
Don't panic, Mr. Mannering.
And then we've got an assortment of screws. So
now
we've got
baffling. when you see how many screws we have.
So we've got BP, and there's 3 of those.
There are definitely 3 in there.
Okay. OP, and there's 5.
And 5 screws.
Okay. JP, and there's 6.
Big chunky JPs, and there are 6 in there.
We've got NM, which is 4.
NMOPQRSTUVWXYZ, definitely 4 in there.
EM, 5.
EM5.
And GM, 6.
And I thought I had a bit of a bonus there, but it turns out I have got 6. Thought I had 7 or 8. Okay, so you're happy with the parts check?
Yeah, all good.
Lovely.
So, step 1 then, when you're ready.
I am ready.
So you need to take the right wall framework 101A and the window pane 101I. Fix the window pane to the inside of the framework using 4 EM screws.
Okie dokie. So the first thing I'm noticing is that this is the wrong way around, because the framework, it looks like an insider framework. There's a little knobule bit there and there's a circular bit there. So I believe this is where the window is going. So we'll just move that along slightly. And
yeah, I think that's right. Apparently, according to the manual,
yeah,
that should be all right.
It's a case of finding little identifying marks, because because we're dealing with the inside, it can either be this corner or this corner. And you see how in this corner you've got this curve. So this is obviously not the top, is it? That looks more like a wheel arch.
Yeah.
So looking at identifying marks, I would say these 3 will identify it very well. So I'm going to place the window on. And can you see how those ejector pin marks have all been hidden by the framework? These 2 along the top are very close. Let's just turn it over just to see if it makes a big difference. Actually doesn't make any difference at all. So I'm going to put it in this way. The window is flat. Now this is the bit where I get really scared, because I have broken a window before. So, right, so we're doing this with EM screws. And what I've started to do now is I just use the screws out of the bag. And then I put all the leftovers after the show into my pot. So if you're worrying because you haven't seen my screw pots, that's because I'm not using them until after the show. Right. So what I'm also doing is, in case no one's seen me do this before, what I do with windows is I get a piece of cardboard. I haven't seen anyone else do this, so I don't know if that means it's a terrible idea. But what I do is I'll put the screw in, and I'm just going to put that in just enough to bite. And then I'm going to put the opposite one in. Make sure you're happy with the hole being lined up first. Right. So that's in place. So I'll check that one. And I'll pop that one in again, just enough to bite. And then I'll pop the last one in. But the last one, because they're all in place, I can now carry on going. What I like to do, excuse me, I'm going to pop this piece of cardboard underneath the head of the screw. And what I'm doing is I'm going to screw until it grips the card, like that. And that's only as far as I'm going to go. There may be movement in there, but that's fine. We'll do the final adjustments later. If you go screw, and then screw a little bit too tight, that window is going to get cracked. And this is a very slow way of doing it, but every time I've done it this way, I have never cracked a window. So there you go. So I'm rather happy with this method. So that's saying that it's sticking. It's sticking without even screwing the screw down. And also I'm looking at it as well so I can see a bit more. There we go. So that's stuck on there. The window's still a bit rattly. There we go. So can do now is have a little rattle in each corner. Right, that one's very rattly there. So now pushing the window down as much as you can in the corner, we'll adjust that. And I just know any second now it's going to go. That's almost there. I'm just going to do it just a couple of turns at a time, and I'm going to work opposite. Don't think this one's going to need much more than the quarter turn. Lovely. So this one, and then this one. To be honest with you, it probably doesn't matter if you've got slight movement on the window. Obviously, if this was a real bus, it would matter because they would rattle as you drove along. But because this isn't actually going to be moving, yeah.
Mind you, when I was a kid getting on the buses, most of the windows rattled.
Well, yeah, that's what I say. You know, me and Steve and many others, we have this joke that Arriva only make these sticky weekly wallets so that you can stick the windows down because the cab doors or the cab windows all rattle. Right, I've actually got that to the point where there's no movement at all. I could probably do those screws up a little bit more, but there's no movement on those windows, so I don't feel the need to.
No.
Those are fingerprints on them as well. Right, so are you happy with that?
Yeah, that looks really good.
Oh.
Okay.
So, I'm just pop that to safety. So what do we got next then?
Okay, so step 2. As in previous issues, remove the excess moulding from the manufacturing process on the sliding window pane 101G and the window frame 101F.
Okay, right. So I have this terrible habit of, there we are. I knew I'd moved them. So I got some new drawers last week. So I rearranged some of the contents of the drawers. So I couldn't find my file because I put it in a new drawer. Right. So these are the two, not that one. The two that we're dealing with. And these make me have kittens. This is a very good set of clippers, but I still worry. We need to clip that tab off, and that worked. And that actually doesn't need filing, but if you run your finger along there, if you can feel a little lump, just give it a little gentle file and just keep filing it until it's gone. These are, don't know, I've never spent this much money on these nippers before, but to be honest with you, I think they're about £16, but they are actually really good. So at least I haven't spent loads of money on something that's a complete waste of time. There we go. Just give that a slight file. Be careful, because if you come in at the wrong angle, you're going to just sand some of that silver off. But that is, that's that. I'm happy with that.
Brilliant. Okay, so step 3 then. You're going to fit the sliding window pane 101G into the window frame 101F, so that the ridges on the ends of part 101G fit into the grooves in the frame 101F. The metal edge goes at the top.
Right. So this is the window frame. There's nothing for it to go into, so we know that's on the wrong side. And then there's some ridges there. But an even easier way to know which way round it is you've got all these little dots and dashes down here, which you'll see on the magazine. So you know that's the correct way round. And you take this window with the silver part at the top, have a little feel down there, and that goes smooth all the way. So we know that's the correct way. If it was, you had this little lump, this little ridge there on the top, you know it's upside down. So you need to just turn it over, and that little ridge will go into those little, it's like a little, what would you call that? There is a name for it. It's a woodworking
channel.
Yeah, let's call it a channel. What that's going to do is slide up and down like that. When it's finished, obviously, it's too loose and there's nothing holding it down at the moment. Okay.
Okay. So step 4 is to fit the window frame 101F with the sliding window pane 101G onto the outside of the right wall framework 101A. Fix in place from the inside with 2 BP screws.
Right.
So it's making us do this a slightly different way again this week.
Okay.
Because last week it asked us to attach the window and then put the screws in and then do the 2 BPs after. This time they've reversed it and they want us to do the BPs first.
Okay, I can't remember. I've slept 7 times since then. So we're doing it from this side, what I'm going to call the inside. In fact, actually, I'm going to turn it over first, and I'm going to do a dry fit. Now, the top of the window is there. So, oh, yes. That's interesting, isn't it? Because if the screws are coming in from the inside, you've got screw holes there. Oh, isn't that for a rain guard or something?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a quick dry fit here because some of these, in fact, I'm going to take that window out. Some of these panels haven't fitted properly and they've required a little bit of sanding. So if there's any sanding required, it's going to be down here. That's a bit of a tight fit. But I think that's going to go in. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Or maybe, no, I'm just going to take a little bit in this corner. Just take that corner down maybe 1/2 degree. Obviously, if you file it too much, you're then going to have a gap, which is probably even worse than a too tight a fit. Yeah, I think by the time the screw is in, I think that's going to hold it in. What do you think, Horlicks?
Yeah, as long as it's a flush fit.
It is flush, but you got to kind of push it a bit.
Yeah.
Dave, would you be happy with that?
Yeah, I would be happy with that.
Yeah. Obviously, it's trying to pop out with no screws in there, but that's why we put screws in, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's pop this the correct way round, and then I'm going to put the wall onto the window. And God, that window needs a bit of a polish. Right, so that's in place like so, and I'm going to focus on the top being in because that's where the screw is going to go. And I believe the screw is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 2 BP screws.
Yeah.
And because of the material that we're using, I don't mind admitting, guys, I am really scared of acrylic. it does worry me because I'm so frightened of it breaking. So with my BP screw loaded up ready, I'm going to hold behind the screw hole with my index finger, and I'm going to pop that in just enough to bite, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side. This is one of those stages that I really don't mind if this stage took me 2 hours, because I'm being careful. So right, that's increased resistance there, so I want to stop there. Generally, when you're screwing into plastic, the screw will tell you when to stop, and that's actually pretty good, to be honest with you, because can you remember what your window was like here? In fact, if anything, my window's too long. It's got a little
yeah, one of mine bowed. Actually, looking at my bus now on my top shelf, all of my top windows are bowed.
right. But that's fine, because at least then it's gonna stay. Ideally I want all of my sliding windows at slightly different heights.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got one, is that someone's smoke alarm?
No, it's all right.
Thought someone was burning the toast. So you might have one at the bottom, one at the top, and then all the rest all at various heights, which I think will show off that that's a moving window.
Yeah.
But obviously that one, I don't want someone to come along and go, oh, it moves. Oh, it breaks. So I'm happy with stage 4 if you are.
Yeah.
This bottom piece here is trying to push out, but I'm confident that it's because we're halfway through the build.
Yeah. So step 5 then, you need to fit the window pane 101H on the inside of the right wall framework 101A beneath the sliding window. Right. Fix it in place with 4 OP screws. Okay. And just make sure you've got the window on this time.
Yes. Yeah. So looking at these ejector pin marks, without even placing it on, I can see that these marks that go across the bottom, that is the bottom of the window. Because if I had it that way round, you can see that those ejector pin marks are going to be visible. So make sure those, you see you've got pin marks in the corner, which will be hidden by the framework, and then 2 along the bottom, which will be hidden by this framework. So that can go on like so. And that is OP. So OP screws, I take it, are the same as the EMs or the BMs, but a bit longer. Because these do look like long screws, actually. Well, they're not long screws, but they're much longer than what we're used to working with. So, same as before, I'm going to pop the first one into, whoops, that does not want to play ball today. Okay. You will not defeat me. Or maybe just a little bit. If in doubt, try a different screwdriver head. Haha. I've got you now. Or maybe I haven't. Where there's a will, there's a way. Oh, it's not working, Mum. Oh, Once you get the first couple of turns in, it's generally all right from there, isn't it? You still see
Yeah, I think one of mine I had to actually, like Dave did, I had to file out the hole a little bit. But that was on one of them. I had to do that.
Well, I think that one's gone in, but it's took a little. Do you know what? I think I actually had the right screwdriver bit in the first place. The it seemed this screwdriver, that last screwdriver bit, seems a little bit slippy, and this one seems fine. So maybe it was because I had the wrong screwdriver head. Come on. In you go. Yeah, it would seem I have a little bit more control over the screws with this screwdriver head. So maybe it's down to my error for not having the correct equipment. Right, so I wish I hadn't cut my fingernails the other day. They make absolutely perfect spaces. In fact, I think that's too small as well. I'm finding with some of these screws, sometimes you want a PH head. Sometimes a PZ head works better. And then the next screw I use, the PZ will just completely slip. So I'll go back to a PH head. Right, so I've got those almost in. So I'm just looking for window rattles. And actually, I think I've got it all in. Ah, this one. Now, that one's not connected at all. That's interesting, isn't it? Ah, okay. So what's happened? I made a bit of a mistake there. I didn't push the frame back. So all it's really done is just push the frame out rather than trying to grab it, which obviously does scare me a bit, because a couple of these, see, I'm hearing cracking, but I don't know if it's the pieces coming into place or the pieces breaking, but I don't see any damage.
I think mine made some scary noises.
See, sometimes there's a very fine line between a satisfying click and a break. Oh, there we go. Do you hear that? That was just the acrylic moving down the screw a little bit. Right, I'm going to stop there because I've done no damage and the window is not rattly. So the only thing I'll be honest with you, I'm not really happy with this top window. Can you see how bowed it is?
Oh, that's a bit too bad, is that, Penny?
That is a bit, isn't it? I don't really know how I'm going to fix that. I mean, inside it's not so noticeable, is it?
Yeah, mine have turned out a bit like that. And I can only really see that from looking up at the bus from here at an angle.
From there, it looks fine. From there...
What if you push it right up to the top? What happens then? Does it sit nice and square then?
No, it's not awful. Well, I don't know. I think I'd rather have it down. I think if anything, that emphasizes that curve.
It seems that it might be too big then. Does the window frame, and it's pushing it to board in the middle.
Inwards, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do you think perhaps I should have just shaved a little bit off the frame.
Yeah, on the outside of the frame, because obviously that's pushing in when you've put in the metal frame.
Oh, what you mean this side of the frame?
Yes.
Yes.
When you've put it into the frame, it's pushed the frame inwards, hasn't it?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you though, Dave, I would rather have it like that than have to take this off. Every time I take this off, I'm risking damage again.
You are, yes. Yeah.
I think really it's a case of the old question, are you happy with it?
Yeah.
And all right, no, I'm not happy, but I'm not unhappy. I won't be crying at night over that, but I probably will if I break the whole frame and the window.
Yeah.
I know it's not great, you know, and if people are watching this to get inspiration from this window, then they're probably not going to get it from there. Well, they probably will actually, because again, because it's gone a little tiny bit not right, maybe hopefully someone can look at that and go, oh yeah, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen to mine.
Yeah.
So maybe job has been done tonight. So yeah, I think I'm going to have this window down. I think if you have it pushed right up, because you've then got a reference point, it just emphasizes that bend a little bit more. So are you happy that that's complete, Horlicks?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so step 6. You need to identify the fixing point for the handle 101C on the side of the right wall framework 101A next to the sliding window. Make sure you have the correct orientation. Fix in place with 2 NM screws.
Right. Okay, so I was trying to figure out how you can tell you're in the right orientation. So we're definitely looking for the inside, as you can see on there. I was looking at it this way, which is why I was thinking it was air, but I couldn't figure out that circle shouldn't be there. So I just tipped it over, and the reference points I'm using are these 2 tabs there in the circle, and the actual bit that Horlicks has blown up really, really big is that bit there. So without looking at the handle, I'm going to guess that's 2 screws and a locating tab, which it is. So, and then it looks like we want the handle on the outside, which is that way. So the handle will be this way round as opposed to this way round.
And I've got a feeling those holes are slightly centered, so I don't think you could put it on the wrong way anyway. Okay.
Let's have a little look.
I don't think the screw holes would line up properly.
It's difficult. It's certainly easier, and it certainly looks more sensible to have that handle on the outside. So I'm sure there's someone out there that's put the handle on the wrong way round. So we need 2 screws, but we've been given 4. Does that mean we need an NM screw later on in the build?
I can't remember, but I think I might have had similar, because I wondered why I had an extra screw.
Right, well that head is definitely not going to work on that screw, because this is a very tinsy screw. Right, in fact I don't think that screwdriver is going to work either, so yeah, that's okay. Right, just be a bit careful, because if you slip, I could see that handle getting knocked off with your screwdriver. You never know. They do try to make things idiot, but then I am a new breed of idiot sometimes. Right. Oh. I would like for them to perhaps use countersink screws on this one, but doesn't look awful, does it?
No, it's all right.
Yeah. So what's next?
So, stage 7 is to fit the window winder 101E into the hole in the window bar 101D, and position the bar on the outside of the lower deck of the assembled model across the window behind the driver's seat.
Right, so this is a piece that I'm not going to do yet because we're not going to be putting this piece on until next week when we kind of step back and then we do a bit of a catch up. So as far as I'm concerned on this day, that is actually the end of issue 101.
Okay.
There's one other bit we could put on, which is this bit, but I think we might as well just wait till next week.
Ah, that's what that other screw's for now, I remember.
Of course it was, yes, of course. Otherwise, I'm humping and lumping the bus off the shelf for one screw.
Okay.
So that is what it would look like if you followed the instructions as per the mag. So obviously we've not put the upper framework on. Is anyone unhappy?
No.
Oh, I think that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice little build. Oh, it's okay. I mean, obviously the windows worries me a little bit because things can break. But one thing I have noticed is that I feel my quality of putting the windows on has improved. Any of the damaged windows, I've got some with very slight cracks in the corner, and they're all from early issues, the first time we put windows in, like the driver's cab and things. So at least I'm learning from it.
Yeah.
A quick comment catch up before we progress, and then that'll give me a chance. Now, if you can tell, my throat is going very dry.
Okay. So, where were we at? So we've got
3 or 4 comments anyway.
Matthew Bourne, Evening All. Did we do that one?
Well, we've done it again now, haven't we? If we had.
Okay. Matthew Bourne, I'll be ordering the Spitfire issues 1 to 4 Friday when it comes to engine wiring. I'll follow Penny's videos.
Right, be careful, Matthew, because the early Spitfires, it was more of a recap because I'd already started the build before I'd started YouTubing it. So be very careful. Obviously, issue 1 and 2 is fairly simple, but the engine, if you're talking about the engine as in issue 11, yes, I did do a full build. And the best tip I can possibly give you for doing the engine is slow down, take your time, have a break after every step if you have to, but just if you feel yourself getting a bit tense, just stop. You know, you've got loads of time to do it.
Okay. David Bassett says, good evening, Penny, Horlicks and Dave. Looking forward to another enthralling Routemasters show.
Yeah.
Hi, David.
We've got Matthew Bomb again. There's a trial run on a Jaws build, building the shark.
Yeah, that's been out in France for a while. That
doesn't excite me, actually.
No, it doesn't me. I don't read French, but it comes across to me as more of a kid's Partwork. You know, like a learning biology type Partwork. Like when didn't they do a human body one or a skeleton one years ago? And that was really to build an educational toy for kids. But yeah, that's the way it comes. I mean, obviously, if you're into sharks and who knows, the quality might be brilliant, and by turning it down, we may be missing out on a brilliant Partwork. But it's really a case of whatever floats your boat, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Excuse the pun, with a shark in the sea.
Okay, so we've also got Geordie Dave, who says, hi, everyone.
Hi, Geordie.
Hello, how are you? And then we've got Fleetwood Jay. Hi, all. Hope everyone is okay.
Yeah, we're good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Good. Hope you're okay too.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just going to pop these leftovers. I don't know why I'm getting the Spitfire. All right. So I'm just going to pop all my leftover little bits into my drawer. As you can see, it's getting a bit jumbly in my drawer now. And these are the screws I haven't got round to putting in the pots yet. So,
Well, that's right, because they're all half used from the other bits and bobs that we haven't done anyway. So
yeah.
I expect that'll be a lot emptier next week.
Oh, yeah. I would expect it to be
Empty, actually.
Well, a couple of maybe these. I think these have been removed to do the mod for the bells. So I think these are going to be the only leftovers I should have. I've got all these poles, and there might be extra poles in there. Oh, and there'll be this, which I'm sure I owe Steve Owen money for it. This Park Royal. I'm sure I owe him money for that. So I'm sure I'll get a nasty email at some point going, "Oi, where's my money?" If I do owe him money. Right, so let me get issue 102.
Okay, so in an issue 102, we're going to be fitting the right wall framework. Another section of the right wall framework is supplied and fitted with windows.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Oh, I thought that was the end of the windows, but no. Oh, dear.
Oh, another window bar. So popping my refuse bag on the floor next to the bin, because Static has a very good habit of taking parts away from me. And then I spend half an hour looking for them, when all along they're stuck in the corner of the bag. Right, so this all looks familiar apart from, is that a magnet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh.
Small things, please, small minds, as they say.
Okay, so 102A is the right wall framework.
So, right frame wall work, framework. What can I say about this that I've not said about any others? Bits of framework. Oh, there's a slight blemish there. Apart from that, it's absolutely identical. No, I don't know. That was me trying to say a comment. There was a little bit of a smudge there. Bit oily mark, but that's wiped away. Okay, probably shouldn't use your hand to wipe it. But that's that. Actually, this does feel a bit better than the last piece. There aren't quite so many rough edges on it. So, burrs, I believe, is the technical term.
So B is a window bar.
One window bar.
Okay.
Yep.
C is a winder.
C is a winder, and that's usually in a bag, and today is no exception.
Okay. D is a window frame, which is the red one.
Okay. So we've seen this before. Well, one like this before.
E is a sliding window pane.
One sliding window pane. Tab on the top.
F
Are
is a
they coming to
window.
get you, Horlicks?
Pardon?
I can hear sirens. Are they coming to get you?
Yeah. No, F is a window pane, and it's a smaller one.
Smaller one of the two that are left. So this is pretty much gone the same as last week. I can tell you about the little ejector pin marks that are all cleverly placed.
Okay.
Yeah.
G is another window pane with the larger one.
Okay, and again, I have faith that these are cleverly placed ejector pin marks.
Okay. And then we've got 3 screw types in this issue.
Only 3.
only 3. So we've got BP, and there's 3 of them.
Okay, there's 3 BPs there.
OP, and there's 5.
That looks like 5 to me. 5 OPs.
And then EM, we got 5.
And 5 EMs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect.
Brilliant. That's all the parts.
Lovely.
So, step 1 is to take the right wall framework, 102A, fit the window pane at 102G. Fix the window pane to the inside of the framework over the wheel arch using 4 EM screws.
Lovely. Right. So the points of reference that I'm looking at is a little notch there. We're on the inside of it, and the big obvious one is this arch. And I'm just going to call it an arch because it's the only arch shape there. Obviously it's going to be the wheel, but so above this is there. So we take the larger of the window and we line that up. And what I'm really interested in is positioning so the ejector pin marks are all hidden by the framework, which they are. I can always flip it over and see if I can get a better fit. But I think that once you've found a fit you're happy with, actually that's a little bit better. There we go. So I'm going to stick with that one. It works. I'm happy. And you say we need EM screws.
EM, yeah.
Right. Test my screwdriver first. I'm happy with that. So that's come straight in. I'm not screwing it in fully. I think that's where I went wrong on that issue 80 something. But I think I screwed the first screw all the way down, and what it did is it lifted one end. It wasn't tapped in straight, and in lifting it, it created a bow on the window, and that caused a crack. So third screw in. I've actually got some acrylic sheets now, but it's flexible acrylic. So I don't know if it would work quite so well, but it certainly won't crack like this acrylic would. Right, so pushing the window down a bit, I'm actually going to eyeball this one. Then I'm going to go opposite. Pushing the window down. I apologise for the focus, guys. How are you getting on with your camera, Horlicks?
Yeah, okay. I'm not using that one today because I've got my other one that's fixed on me. The other one's here, just hanging about.
Right. I'm not going to go any further with that because there's no window rattle. So I don't see the point in trying to tighten that up any further. So I'm going to call that happy.
Okay. Right then, so step 2 is to, again, as in previous issues, remove the excess moulding from the manufacturing process on the sliding window pane, 102E, and the window frame, 102D.
So this kind of relies you on not having the memory of a goldfish. So I am blessed with a really good set of side cutters. So they're actually not needing sanding afterwards. But if that was a little bit rough, just as I said earlier on today, just give that a light sanding just to remove the edge. If you aren't prepared to let your child run their finger along there, it probably needs a little bit of a sand.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So step 3 then is to fit the sliding window pane 102E into the window frame 102D. So the ridges on the ends of part 102E fit into the grooves in the frame 102D. The metal edge goes at the top.
Right. So as before, this is the wrong side because there's no details on there. So we're looking for this series of dots and dashes. And there's the little runner. And then I can feel the runner there. So we know that's on the wrong side. And I've had to, there you go, it was that side. So because the metal runner is at the top, we're rotating it over that way. And that's going to go in there like so. And I think we might have a flat one. So this is going to be interesting because what happened with the last window, I'm going to keep an eye on this. And Dave, were you basically saying that if I'd have filed along there on the last window, that would have sorted that bow?
Yeah, there's that bit there, but when you put in the frame in the metal framework, be cautious that it's not pushing on the
so
plastic
what
frame.
it's actually going to do is the metal frame is going to do that.
Yeah.
Which of course is then going to decrease the distance from there to there.
Which is going to blow your window.
Right, yeah. Because it's always pressure always is lazy, it always takes the path of least resistance, which is the middle.
Yeah. So obviously there's two places there to be aware of. The inside of the window, like you pointed out, and then the outside of the window frame.
Right.
Going into the metal frame.
Well, in hindsight, whereas I said that's a little bit of a tight fit, but I think that'll get pulled in by the screw. Perhaps what I should have said is that's a little bit of a tight fit. I'm just going to give that a bit of a sand on the outside.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Lesson learned. So what are we doing with this window then, Horlicks?
Okay, so step 4 is to fit the window frame 102D on the outside of the right wall framework 102A. Fix it in place from the inside with 2 BP screws.
Right. So pretty much we are doing the exact same as the previous issue, except that this particular piece is different. So that's going in from the outside. So let's have a look at this fit. I might as well just take this window out because it's going to fall out until we actually screw it in. Obviously, I need it in. So I don't know. That seems a better fit than last time. So I really don't know whether to... See, that goes in a lot easier than the last one. Part of me is saying that's fine. And the other part of me is going, yeah, file it. But if I do file it, I don't know where I'm filing and why. Probably a little bit there. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to take the corners off just a little bit. And I'm going to do it slightly differently this time. I'm going to use... Sorry, bear with me. Right. This doesn't quite feel flat. So rather than using a file, I'm going to just run my knife along there. Again with this corner. We'll see if that makes any difference. It's made a lot of difference there, isn't it? Because that's, look at that.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little bit of, what would you call it when the hot plastic will kind of squish? And it makes the part slightly bigger as a result. Yeah.
Like I know what you mean. Like
the first layer of a 3D print.
yeah.
You get that little, if you don't quite set your bed correct to 1/1000th of a millimeter, you will get a little bit of squashing on the bottom.
Yeah.
So at a microscopic level, your print is actually a little bit wider than it should be. And I think that's what's happened there. And I wish I'd done it on the other side now. All it was a look at that, scrape with a knife. I've just took the little excess flash. It's not really flash so much, but yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Peter.
Okay.
Right, okay, I'm going with that then. So I'm now going to put the window back in, and I'm trying to put it in the wrong place. So having said that, did I get this the right way round? Yeah, I'm really happy with that now. I might have done it so much that the window won't close, but it's got to be better than bowing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, right. So I've got to close my magazine. So that's going in with 2 BP screws.
2 BP screws, yeah.
OP, BP. Right. And just like the previous issue, this screw is going into the top hole there. So I'm going to be careful on this first screw, just in case they aren't properly lined up, which they were. But obviously, if they weren't lined up, I'd be screwing into fresh air, wouldn't I? We don't want to do that. There we go. Right, so. That screw didn't want to stop.
Yes, I've had a couple like that.
That one did. Oops. You see how much that wanted to stay in there, can't you? Right, so as far as that step is concerned, I'm happy enough. There's a little bit of a gap there now. I think that's okay. I think that'll get sorted out with the other screws. Okay. And there's just a bit of grip there, but you can see there's excess play. So there's no bowing in that window.
Cool.
Okay, so what's next then?
Okay, so step 5 is to fit the window pane 102F on the inside of the right wall framework 102A beneath the sliding window. Fix in place with 4 OP screws, so the screws go through the frame 102D. The insert below shows the framework assembled.
Lovely. I've just spotted a comment from Golden Gamer saying have to be careful as it's all painstaking work on this build. We have had issues where you can just grab your screwdriver, your industrial screwdriver, shove that screw in and just give it a good old twist. And the harder you twist it, the better. But unfortunately, those issues were long in the past, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're getting towards the end. We've seen the light at the end of the tunnel. We've decided it's too late to turn around and go back. It's now all the delicate work now. Oh, I've got that issue again, haven't I?
Mm.
There we go. That's because I've got the real long screwdriver head. You get one screw and you want one screwdriver head, and then you get another screw and it looks exactly the same screw but maybe a different length, but the screwdriver head is just completely useless for it. So don't forget I need to hold that behind the back. There we go. And then I'll do the opposite corner. Oh, excuse me. got hiccups now. I had a quick, very fast spot of dinner before the stream, and now it's I'm regretting the decision to eat so quick. But I do have I have some tablets that will leave things in my bag. Wind, I mean, like burping, not lower the tone here. But we keep a very high tone in this stream, don't we?
Yeah.
Very, very high and prim and proper. If you believe that, you'll believe anything.
Yeah.
Having said that, though, I do consider this my serious build. Some builds I just like to really just have fun with. Not saying this isn't fun, but this is like the proper build. Right, okay. So I'm going to eyeball this again. You can use the little cardboard method that I used, but I think this will work just as well. Okay, so checking for window rattle. Actually, there's no window rattle. I think because the holes in the perspex is like the exact same size as the screws. You only have to turn screws a couple of times, and
Yeah.
I can see that screw is clearly not. Look at that. That's clearly not in, but there's no window rattle. So I'm just going to continue to screw that in just to reduce that gap. So you can eyeball these because they are clamped in. Those I'm happy enough with. So we have no window bow. So is it because we scraped the top? Or is it because we just had a good fitting window on that one?
Ooh. I would say probably good fit because I'm not sure if the top would.
It's okay. I just, you know.
I think you've got a good fitting window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you know why. The fact is, I've got one good window. So yeah, we've got a good side now, haven't we? Right. So is there anything else?
So step 6 is to
I'm
fit
actually going to ask you
the
to
window.
skip step 6 if you could,
Yeah.
for reasons that we're not going to fit anything over it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the build.
Oh, actually, I will just sort of roughly explain. Step 6 is to put the window winder on. And I don't want to put these on until we actually put the panels on. And then I'll glue them in and then put the panel on the top. Otherwise, they could fall off and they get lost. So these are going on next week when we do issue 103. Sorry, Horlicks.
Okay. No, that's fine. So yeah, that's the end of the build.
That's it, is it? Okay, lovely. So that's
Wow.
issue 103. So this is what we've made in this issue. I might just have to. And this seems to be how it's going at the moment. We're getting these big pieces with nice little pieces of detail on them. So, you know, the big pieces are still coming, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which is nice. So, yeah, I'm really happy with that. And we've done that fairly quickly. I know we missed half of the build out, but I think we've done that fairly quickly. So,
Okay, so then next week, build the Routemaster. The upper deck ceiling, which was assembled in a previous issue, is fitted to the top of the top deck of the model. We also assemble a framework for the rear of the bus. So yeah, next week we should be able to get your roof on and all the panels buttoned up, and then
yeah,
it will look a little bit more complete.
hopefully next week, that is exactly what my bus will look like. Well,
Yeah.
not with all the fuzzy low resolution DPI from the picture, but you know, that concept.
Yeah.
So are you both happy with that?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant.
So next week is going to be a mammoth issue, and I've got to find somewhere to put this frame on. Do you know what? They've just supplied us with two containers.
Yeah.
So, right, do you want to catch up on the chat? There was a couple of good little comments on there that.
Okay, so.
Pardon?
So Dave Mack says, have you done the Tiger tank build when it was out?
I have not, but if tanks interest you, can I point you in the direction of Build with Adrian, who is doing, let me get this right, it's the Russian T-34 tank?
T-72.
Oh, there's only a few numbers out. He's doing a lovely tank build. Again, it's one of those ones that can make you jealous. It looks really nice, actually. So I'm trying to find the container for. I'm sure it was this one.
I think Dano Builds has done the Tiger tank, hasn't he? As well.
Oh, have you filmed it as well, Dano? Because tanks, I'm not sure if I'm really into. But I'm getting into weathering, and if you're into weathering, tanks is a good thing to build, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't build the tank necessarily for the build a tank for something to weather, if that makes sense. So yeah, maybe that's worth looking into. But yeah, no, I haven't been building any tanks. I'm about a 3-year part worker, so anything that came before the bus, probably I haven't seen unless it's from model space. So I've done the Harley and the Millennium Falcon, which were older part works. I've got a new one coming up, lined up for after this, once we've done the Routemaster. And I've got a couple more coming from model space, but they're older ones, and they're really just cheaper part works just to keep things going, rather than me having to spend a load of money when I may not have it. I'm not bored of part works. I absolutely love doing part works, but sometimes the cost can get a little bit high. So if I can find a couple of cheaper models and then just stretch them out a little bit, it really does help.
Okay, so Love Mini says at Fleetwood J, hi.
Love Fleetwood J, as you'll know us.
Then Fleetwood J says, seen the sharp part work in France, be something to get your teeth into. Laugh out loud. Yeah, very good. Fleetwood again, yes. He's so at the moment, just happy. My missing issues for the Renault 4 finally arrived.
Yeah, I think that if you've got the Renault 4 coming in, it kind of eases the pain of the problems with the Fiat 126. But if the Renault 4's not coming in either, then obviously you're in pain over both then, aren't you?
Stuart Sullivan says, hello everyone, sorry I'm late.
You are welcome at any time. We appreciate you work really hard for the benefit of us. So you can come in whenever you like.
Okay, Golden Gamer Movies, evening Penny's Pit Stop. Nice to catch another live.
Yes, love to be doing. Well, you caught 2 of mine today, haven't you?
Is that from the diamond painting show?
Yes, yeah. Another good little show, actually. That's really pleased with how that's going.
I must admit, I'm going to be honest now. I haven't actually watched one of those lives because 1, I've been at work.
Yes.
And 2, I don't know what to expect really, because obviously
why don't you watch the first 10 minutes while you're eating your dinner one day, if it's not your sort of thing, that's absolutely fine.
I
To be
mean, I like
honest with
diamond painting.
you,
I mean, I've got one on the go myself, and I've actually got 2 more I need to start.
well,
I'm not going to start another one until I've finished that first
No.
one.
Yeah.
So,
what it basically is a couple of women gas bagging about whatever we want to gas bag about. No, that's all it is. We just have a natter. It's a little bit like the after build section of this show, except that it's a little bit more part work and crafty. We try to get people involved. Obviously, live shows are a little bit better if you're getting yourself involved while it's live, but that doesn't mean you can't watch it afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's no different from if Julie came round my house and had a cup of coffee in my kitchen. The sort of conversation we'd have would probably be quite similar. Is that fair assessment, Dave?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
When we started it off, we were showing people the very basics of things, but there is an awful lot to learn, is there?
No, not really.
Once you know how to get rid of your rivers and how to flatten a canvas and how to put wax on your pen, you're pretty much an expert yourself then, aren't you?
That's right, yeah.
I have got, I mean, I started one, and I've got one here which I can't show because I've actually got that for someone else for Christmas as well.
Oh, okay then.
But this one I'm looking forward to doing, and you can't see it, unfortunately.
No, that's okay.
It's
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's one of those. Has it got a picture on the side somewhere?
no, I might be able to peel off.
Yeah, as it's next to the key on the side, halfway down on the side.
Oh yeah.
See, nothing wrong with my eyesight, is there?
No. Yeah, I mean, I think most of you know I've got this. I don't know. I can't even get that to show.
I'll just show the little pit. All right, if you can't, you can't. But
Oh, there you are.
oh, it's that boss.
Oh,
Oh,
brilliant.
The Routemasters to do.
I'm at confession.
If you've done it, I don't want to see it.
I haven't done it. I haven't even started it. Oh, I'm not even on screen, am I? Can you do the honors and change the screen?
Yeah, I'll do it. Hang on.
Wow.
How big's your one then?
Massive.
Mine is 60 by 70.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you know me? I've got to go one better than everyone else.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a big risk here. It is absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, look at that. Oh.
No, I daren't pull that much off. But yeah, it's. I would describe the size as, oh my God, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
I think that would be the best way to describe the size. Whoa, the size of it. This would probably take me a month to do, probably 2 months if I did an hour a day. So
Yeah, it does look really good. Mine's only 40 by 50.
yeah, I tell you what, I've been really interested in doing a comparison because the first diamond painting that I did was a 20 by 20 or 20 by 30, and it really needed to be bigger because you lose a lot of detail.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Like I've done, my other one is smaller, but do you know what? I like diamond painting. I'm not going to say it's boring. I really enjoy it, but the painting I am doing, I'm finding the design boring. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's that one of the Titanic and it's mainly black. So I'm just sitting there putting black on it.
Yeah.
And it's getting a bit boring.
You've got the 310s then, haven't you?
Pardon?
You've got the 310s. 310 is the colour of black.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Because they don't reflect any, they're hard to see in the tray. They don't really you can't see which is top and which is bottom, and people end up putting them on upside down, and there's just so much trouble with them. And it's black is lack of colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all it is. I'm enjoying doing it, but I'm not enjoying the design.
Right. Fine.
So I'm looking forward to getting this bus, because it's obviously bright red.
I think 40 by 30 is probably perfect size. And the theory is anything bigger is going to increase the detail.
Yeah.
Anything smaller, there are exceptions. I've seen some of Christine's flowers on a really small one, and they work really well.
Yeah.
I think generally anything 40 by less than 40 by 30, you're starting to lose detail.
Yeah.
That's only my theory. That's part of the reason why I bought that big one. But now that many other people are doing the bus, I'd really like to do a comparison, so that it's like, is there, for the extra price I paid for the larger one, was it worth going the extra size? You know, if yours is really fantastic and then mine is only just a tiny bit better,
yeah,
it wasn't worth going that big, was it?
Yeah.
What type of drills is that one? Round or square?
Square.
Ah, see, mine's round drills.
Okay. I've done a lot of rounds, and I'm a little bit more of a, well, they have their merits, but I quite like the squares because the way they kind of butt in, and squares obviously fit against each other. And then as you work your way round, those squares are getting pushed in. And I think they're a bit straighter. But circles or round ones are quite nice because as you fill them in, you get them in. I wiggle them a little bit round in a little circle. So, and they sparkle. Is it what they say? One sparkles and one shimmers.
Right.
And so there is a place for circles around, and there's a place for squares. I personally prefer to do squares. Some people prefer rounds.
Yeah.
I would like to try a square one, but I haven't actually got one.
If you want me to send you one, I've got a load of Fansels ones that cost me $2.99 each.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I bought.
I'm just trying to see this one. I've got another one here which I can't reveal, unfortunately.
All right, no, that's fine. No, I had a look on the Fansels site before, and I kept trying to find the checkout button, and it kept moving and getting replaced by the buy more button. I ended up with it was moving, and every time I clicked, it said another one added to cart, and another one, and I ended up with 15 of them.
Oh. No, I would like to try a square one. Just a small one to see what it's like.
Okay, I will find you a square one
because you've got to get them square as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
The thing with the squares is that if you get your first line wrong, it's going to set you up for the rest of the painting.
I know when I looked at them before, I mean, some people, I don't know about you, but some people recommend to start off in a checker pattern.
Yes. Yeah, when you do a lot of the same colour,
then you can then go back in.
I like it because it fills the area twice as quick. Although you're only filling in half as much, it means that you get through that area twice as fast. So what I do is I do a big sweep of one colour, then I do all the other colours, then I go back to the first one and I fill that one in, and it just keeps that. I find if I'm doing like this much of the same colour, it gets quite.
It's the interest. Yeah.
Well, stimulates you a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Titanic. It's just all the same colour, and it's just white.
It will do, won't it? You've got a primarily white ship, striking a white iceberg. So it's either white or black, isn't it?
Well, actually, the ship's pretty much black. The night sky's black.
Yeah.
The sea looks black.
Yeah.
So it's just all black, apart from the chimneys.
So, and for your next diamond painting, you're doing a Black Panther hunting in the jungle at night time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What is it they said on Blackadder? It says black as a black as a coal miner drinking a pint of Guinness with no head in the middle of the night.
Okay, so where were we at? Oh, yeah. So Golden Gamer Movies again. Evening, everybody. Nice to see you all. And then hello, Build with Adrian. Nice to see you again. Peter Whitlock. I had to sand off most of my window frames to get them to fit.
Yeah, I think I got a little bit lucky there with just having to scrape it, or maybe I didn't need to scrape it.
Yeah, I had two. I think I really had to go to town on.
Yeah.
I think I've had one I've had to do a bit of scraping now. And I seem to remember Steve Owen having one that he had to grind away at. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Golden Gamer Movies again. I remember this build from World of Mike. Took him a while to build the Routemaster.
Yeah, I believe he's taken a break from it and he will be continuing. I'm not sure when he's continuing it, if he's continuing it, but I know he's taken a break from Partworks to concentrate on the diamond painting, and then it looks like he may be taking a break from the diamond painting to go back to Partwork. I don't know. I really don't know what he's up to. I know he did release a Spitfire video today, so maybe he hasn't taken a break from Part. I don't know. I'm not even going to go into him.
Okay. Golden Gamer Movies. Hello, Peter Whitlock. Nice to see you again. Hope you are keeping well. P40F20 said The Flash. And then
Savior of the universe.
Golden Gamer Movies. Hello, Geordie Dave. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. And have to be careful as it's painstaking work on this build.
Yeah.
And then have you some what's that bit?
Bicidol.
Bicidol. Yeah, I don't know what Bicidol is, but I actually use it's a tablet I get from Wilco or Wilkinson. It's basically calcium carbonate, and I got prescribed it years ago, and I was paying whatever it was prescription fee, and then the chemist said to me, "Oh, you do know you can get this over the counter for less?" And I went, "Really?" And then I found it in Wilco. It's £2 a pack, so it's basically Rennie's. So
right.
It works really well for me.
So P40F20 then says, well done, Penny.
Thank you, P40. Appreciated.
Golden Gamer Movies, looking good, Penny.
Again, appreciated.
Dano builds yes to the Tiger tank, so that's he's built that one.
Yeah.
Golden Gamer Movies, awesome builds. You just mentioned Penny's Pit Stop. We'll need to look for those on your channel.
Yeah.
And hello, Horlicks. Nice to see you live, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
And don't forget, Horlicks has a channel.
Yeah.
Don't search Horlicks. I'll give you a little tip. We don't know why this works, but obviously there is a famous bedtime drink company out there. So if you're looking for his channel, I tend to search Horlicks space R2, and then you'll find one of his R2D2 videos. Then you click on the channel name, and then that takes you to his channel. That's how I do it. Unless you've got a cheat.
Yeah, I was thinking about changing it, but I mean it's my nickname, so I like it.
You are Horlicks. I mean, if you changed your name to something else, I'd probably still end up calling you Horlicks for the next 6 months.
Oh yeah, I mean, that would be.
It's one of the mistakes I made was when I changed my channel name to Penelope's Pit Stop. People had known me as Kate the Penny for so long, they couldn't seem to grasp the Penelope, which is why I then changed it to Penny's Pit Stop, because it's only a slight change then from the original name.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those things I've always known. Sometimes people tell me, it's like, they refer to you by your real name, and I'm like, who?
Yeah.
I mean, I like.
the guy, that's his birth name. I'm like, oh yeah.
I just need to make like a subtle change, I think, just to make it a bit easier to find.
Yeah, like Horlicks the Great or something like that.
I mean, I don't want to. I mean, like build with Horlicks or something like that. But I don't want to use that because a lot of channels are like build with.
Yeah.
So I need to think of something. I need to think out the box a bit. I have been mulling over it for the last few months, but
yeah.
So, but if you have any
Horlicks,
ideas,
not the drink.
yeah, if you've got any ideas while you're driving your bus and you think then let me know.
Okay. Well, I'm in between planning how to spend my lottery winnings. I will come up with a name for your new channel.
Okay. So then we've got what's that? Mark's Mods. The diamond painting show is the most relaxing 2 hours of the week.
It's a success. Then we had a really good giveaway. I thought it was a really good giveaway. It to Rosie Posey, who runs the craft channel. But then she invited me to her Facebook page, and then we've got. I've asked her if she'd mind me advertising the diamond painting show once a week in her group in exactly the same way I advertise this show. So that then might get a few more people watching, which could make it more fun. Not bothered about the viewers. I'm bothered about the people who participate in the chat. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a little community group.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. And then Golden Gamer Movies. I agree with you, Mark's Mods, and it's nice to see you, my friend.
He's so lovely, that Golden Gamer Movies, isn't he?
Hi, Golden Gamer Movies. Nice to see you too. And then Golden Gamer Movies. Thanks, Mark's Mods. We'll check out more of your stuff soon, my friend. And then Mark's Mods. It's not wrong to have 2 DP screws on the go at the same time, Horlicks.
Yeah.
I know somebody who has 9 on the go. Going my wafers whilst doing them.
I'm so sorry. I should not have laughed out loud like that.
What?
All I'll say, Mark, is you're extremely naughty. Mark likes to put little comments into the shows that it's a very subtle thing. It's a little bit like Shrek. You know, the way they have these little jokes and things in Shrek, and some are aimed at some people and some are aimed at other people, but both groups don't get the jokes at the same time. That's Mark's Mods for you. So, but he is right about it's not wrong to have 2 DPs on the go. It's not wrong to have numerous DPs on the go. I would suspect there's people out there that probably got 2 or 3 diamond paintings, 2 or 3 cross stitches, and something else. Yeah. But it's so long as you are intending to do them. Like that Titanic, it's got a lot of dark in it. So if, for example, you had another diamond paint, like that bus one, for example, that's got a hell of a lot of grey in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And light colours. So if you're doing a lot of dark, could make you dark and gloomy inside. So take a break and do the bus for a couple of days, and then that will brighten you up. And then until you're ready to tackle dark again. That's a good example.
Okay.
One of the wolves I did, that was a very dark. It was purples. Obviously, it kept me going because purple is the most awesome colour in the world. But it was an awful lot of the same colour. And at one point, I actually went to bed, and all I could ever see was this same colour. It was dark blues and purples. So it is good to do different DPs, but as long as you got the intention of finishing them, and
absolutely, I wouldn't.
And not spending more time eating caramel wafers than you are actually diamond painting.
Oh no, I wouldn't start one if I wasn't going to finish it because it's just a waste of time.
Well, exactly. That's what I say. It's like that with the Partworks as well, isn't it? Once you've got to about...
Oh, no, it would drive me mad. I have to finish a Partwork.
Yeah. Well, where's the point of no return for you? Part 15, part 20?
Yeah, I would have thought so. You've
No, I
just
think-
once you're in it, you've got to really finish. See
I
it through
think for
to the
me,
end.
even that's too much. I think after building the first 5 issues, for me, that's
Yeah.
it. I've got to carry
Yeah.
on.
I've
Yeah.
got absolutely no issues to buying issue 1 and doing issue 1, even if I know it's going to be a bit naff for me. I don't mind, because a lot of them are £1.99 or 99p, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I just wonder if maybe occasionally there'll be one that looks a bit naff, and I'll buy issue 1 just to show everyone everything, and then go, do you know what? Actually, this is really good.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you know,
as you said, as you've covered before on others, like especially this Routemaster show back in the day, and most Partworks with issue 1, it's cheap, but you get a big array of parts, don't you? You get a bit of everything. There's no order. Like when we did the bus, we had like a massive piece of the front, plus we had some of the plastic grill, plus this.
Yeah.
So you get to see what all the materials are like.
Yeah.
So you do get a rough
it's
idea.
things you can use for other things. So, like for example, if this, the Disney cross stitch that's just come out, if that had come out a lot closer to when we were doing the bell cord, because a lot of people were asking for replacement cord, weren't they?
Yeah, there was.
So maybe they could have gone out and bought issue 1 of the cross stitch, which came with all these threads, you know, and then use that thread to replace their bell cord.
Yeah.
Or in my case, maybe I should have bought issue 1, so I've got all those threads so I can sew up all the holes in my socks.
But no, once I've started a build, I can't wait to finish it, and I'm really I'm enjoying the Routemaster now. Like I don't want it to end, but I want to see the finished result now.
This is the thing, isn't it? On the one hand, you want to get on and build it, but on the other hand, you don't want it to end. And the more you build, the closer you are to the end. Because there was a Partwork that I was filming today. I think it was the Ecto 1, and I'm thinking, do you know what? We're not far off. We're not far off halfway through. Only a couple of months. And
I mean, you've got to think how sad a lot of people felt when they realised that they was getting to the end of the Routemaster.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh no, it's coming to an end. Oh, what we're going to do? And so I've had a distinct advantage because I've obviously been painting 2 of them, and so it's taken a lot longer. So in effect, I've got more entertainment out the painted ones, if you like, even though it's been harder work, and at the moment, Christine's is up to issue 125. I've just painted issue 125 for her today, and it'll be another 2 to 3 weeks perhaps before it's finished. So
so it's, I mean, obviously it's nice when you can always it's always nice when you can stretch it out a little bit, but whatever you do, it's going to get there. It's going to get to the end in the end, isn't it?
That's it. I was thinking because I didn't have anything else in the pipeline to do after that, but I have now, so I'm still waiting for it. But that'll be coming soon to my channel. Those of you who've seen it, but
yes, with that coming soon video.
I
did enjoy that.
We've also
I did enjoy that.
I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it though, actually.
Well, what I would do is to do issue 1, and then next I'd do issue 2, and then follow that with issue 3.
I know, I'm thinking, because I know some people, and I think you've touched on this as well, actually, Penny, about doing a different style. I'm thinking, do I sit there and blabber on like I always do, or do I do a silent build and just do it? Well,
the choice is yours, because you don't have any pre-recorded at the moment.
No.
So the only pre-recorders that we're used to is the style that you've done the art to, and the DeLorean in.
Yeah.
So if you decide to do that, as you call it, a blabber on style, then, but really, I've got to be honest with you, I haven't seen many Samba builds that aren't live. So maybe the blabber on style would be good.
Well, it was either that, like, well, not blabber, but talk for,
I know what you
every
mean.
step I'm doing.
I think what you're doing.
Or do a video with some music in the background.
Well,
I think
that's how I was doing my Jaguar, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm at that crossroads with them because I am enjoying doing the speeded up to music ones. But then I've got people saying, well, actually, we'd like to see it slowed down and do it full speed.
Yeah.
And on the one hand, I'm doing videos for people to watch. So I rely on their feedback to tell me what they would enjoy watching. But also you've got that counter argument to say it's my channel and I should put out the videos that I want to put out. So which way do I take it? I have a bit of a spoiler for you guys. Funnily enough, I did a Jaguar video at 1 speed and I absolutely mucked it right up. So I've kept all the mucking it up in. So that's the thing you've got to decide. Do you take the channel where you want it, or do you, if you start doing everything 100% as the audience want, it's no longer, you've lost control of your channel.
Yeah.
100% how you want, people aren't necessarily going to be interested. So you have to find that balance. So, but I would say I've not seen a Samba build that isn't live, that is descriptive. But then Adrian has a very good one, which you can always watch back.
Would you mod it, Horlicks? Would you have a go at modding it on the way?
Possibly. I don't, to be honest, I'm quite blind to the build. I've watched some of Adrian's. But I'm trying to, I've sort of stepped back from it because I want it to be sort of a surprise. So I don't really want to see too much of what has to happen. But I don't really know what mods there are available, or if there are, or what needs to be done. Or
I can tell you one, Horlicks, if you want.
What's that?
There's a battery mod, which it's in the packet, but that's the battery. I'm doing spoilers here. Actually, before I proceed any further, I'm going to ask Adrian's permission if I can show you, because I'm doing this for Adrian, and Adrian might not want people to know, and he might be sitting there right now going, no, don't. So ignore what I just said there. I'm just going to ask Adrian if I can show what I was about to show you.
Okay. So while we wait for that, I'll just go through a few more comments.
Yeah.
So yeah, Geordie Dave, sorry, said, yeah, hi, Golden Game Movies. Hi, Geordie Dave. Dave Mack, when I'm not building models, I'm doing paintings instead.
My hat off to you then, Dave, because painting is something, freehand painting. I can paint like when you're painting models and you can see where to put different colors, that's fine. But I take it you're talking about like onto a canvas.
Yeah.
So, and I've just got permission to talk about that mod, so I will talk about it a bit later on.
Okay. Golden Game Movie says, hello, Dave, mate. Nice to see you, my friend. How are things? Dave, Matt, all good. Thank you. How are you? And then Golden Game Movies, I'm doing well, Dave, Matt. Nice to see you, my friend. Oh, I've just read that one. No, I haven't. And then Dave, Matt, nice to see you too. Sort of chatting amongst each other, which is really nice. Geordie Dave, you can't change your name, Horlicks, so I'll always call you Horlicks. Yeah, no, that is my nickname. That will not change. That is my nickname. That's my name. Everyone at work calls me Horlicks, like, because it's about, well, when we had all the staff at work, there was about 5 Alexes. So it was a good job I did have a nickname. So there's we've all had different nicknames anyway from the past, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, because when someone allocates a nickname for you, it's not always one that you particularly like.
No. And I didn't particularly like that one, to be honest, but it was it's all right, it's catchy, so
Just
I
make it your own, though, don't you?
But obviously, no, that won't change. But I'm thinking the channel name might, because it, as you say, you type it in, and it comes up with a popular hot drink. So
Yeah.
you know, it's not really, the only thing I can do is maybe spell it differently. I'm thinking I might spell it differently, like with an LIX.
Yeah, that. Well, don't put an Z on the end, will you? Instead of an S or CK or whatever it is that goes on the end, like it's too late in the day.
Right.
But yeah, no, an X might work. Horlicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I like that actually. HORLIX.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, we could do something like that, but I'll have a think. So then Go Gamer Movies, has anyone got the link to Horlicks' channel?
Right, I will find you that link now.
Because you want to check it out. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a few playlists on there. I've got a bit of everything really. I've got I've got the DeLorean, I've got the R2D, the DeLorean and R2D2. They're both finished now, but they're in playlists. I've done some time-lapse 3D print videos just to experiment with. I've done a how-to video, I think, and obviously I'm doing the Routemasters, and I've got another show coming soon, and I'm doing the Terminator build as well. So yeah, it's quite a bit on there.
There you go. I've just put a link. I hope that worked as a link.
It looks like it did.
See, now I'm on there, I'm actually going to have a little look at your old videos.
Builder Adrian put, I might find it boring if he had 8 different diamond paintings on the go at the same time. Yeah. You just wouldn't know where to go with them.
No.
Do you remember this one? Basic miniature painting, my beginner's story.
Oh, vaguely.
And that was as far as you got with your miniature painting.
Yeah. Golden Gamer Movies, Echo 1 looks like an awesome build too, Penny. Yeah, I can't remember that. I remember doing that video now, but...
Well, I know I'm in there somewhere.
I'm going to have to rewatch that because I've got no idea what I was going on about.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was doing it and I was interested in the painting, and I've still got all the gear that you donated to me in the cupboard, all in nice units, and it's all, you know. But then we sort of got 3D printers, didn't we? And that sort of took over.
I kind of become a bit more fun than painting stuff, didn't it?
Yeah. And then we just got really excited about 3D printing projects, and then it sort of went on the back burner. So, and then the Routemasters come along, and that was that, and that was just Partworks. But
yeah.
So Mark's Mod says Golden Gamer Movies is a fantastic build. Actually, yeah, because when I went to see you, Penny, I saw that on the shelf, and I didn't actually know what it was, and I said, "What is that?" Because it was huge, the chassis.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I tell you what, we got the base for it come through. Now I can't unpack it properly because I might be moving house soon. But this is the base for the Ecto 1.
Oh my goodness me!
That looks like the size box I had for the DeLorean base.
It's really nice though. It's basically plasticky around the edge, but it's mirrored top.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be looking at some way just lifting it off the floor a little bit. But it could well be that, I don't know, I'll figure something out. So I don't really like the wheels on the floor, like the way that we've got the David Buckingham bases. But yeah.
So yeah, Golden Gamer Movie says looks like it would be Mark's Mods, my friend. Mark's Mods, I find it strange calling you Alex, you're Horlicks, plain and simple. Yeah, everyone says the same. I think everyone, even my housemates here, call me Horlicks. I think everyone does, apart from my dad, obviously. And
yeah, dads will never call you by your nickname, will they?
well, yeah, if it's my dad, he normally calls me my full first name, Alexander.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
So,
if with the day you pay all the bills is the day you can pick what name goes on your birth certificate.
yeah. Penny's Pit Stop. Oh, there, that's my channel. What
That's
am I saying?
Yeah.
P40F20. Penny, have you done any more work on your plastic ship model yet?
I have not. I'm saving it for you guys. No, I'm getting around to doing some. I don't know. Trouble is, I might be moving soon, and that's kind of taking a bit of attention. So I'm not prepared to start anything new until I know that I can continue it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing your new workstation you spent while building up is all just easily unclip it.
Yeah, look,
it's all modular, isn't it? So
one bit of it, and
yeah,
there's another bit, and everything's in drawers, which is dead handy, because when you got things in drawers, all you need to do is go out and buy a couple of rolls of cling film or saran wrap, depending on where in the world you come from, and just go wrap. None of the drawers are going to fall out then.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are we on? Oh, Peter Whitlock. I think the Spitfire base will be a bit larger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I can't remember when I last saw a picture of the base and if I saw what it will look like. But the base, I don't think will be as big as the wings, will it?
Well, have a look on your number one, issue number one, because you've got the base on there, haven't you?
Actually, I think it's on every issue.
Yeah.
So.
She's looking for that. Golden Gamer Movies. Thanks for that link to Horlicks. I'm now following him. Please stop, my friend. Thank you very much for the following. And Dave, Matt, good night, everyone. Take care. Good night, Dave.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
I stand corrected with the Spitfire base. It is bigger than the wingspan, so it's going to be about that big, and it looks like it's going to be square.
Yeah.
So do you think that will come as one bit, or do you think?
I think it'll come in bits and you build it. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's probably got to be at least 6 issues there just on that stand.
Yeah.
And you've got all things like figures and vehicles and things. So
yeah,
brilliant. Golden Gamer Movies. Take care, stay safe, Dave, Matt, my friend. So that's all the chat caught up with at the moment. So I'm looking forward to starting my new build. So as I say, I've got one coming soon. I don't know how long it's. I mean, I've been told it's going to take. Well, I don't know. I haven't actually asked, but
would you like me to have a look?
I've purchased it over 2 weeks ago, just over 2 weeks ago.
Well, I think they're a little bit slow at the moment because Model Space have got Black Friday sale on, so they're dealing with an awful lot. But I
mean, obviously I didn't know anything about it, but I was under the impression that the kit was all ready to go, whack a label on it and out the door. But I've been since told they actually do have to pick every issue and pack it up. And
I don't know. Right, if you bought it monthly, it is it varies each month, but there's 12 packs.
Yeah,
and I've just lost. Right. So pack 12 contains 10 issues, and you are getting about 10 issues. I think you get 5 issues with pack 1, but you generally get around about 8 to 10. But it's 120 issues over 12 months.
Yeah.
And, the cost is £90 a month for 12 months, but month 1 is 44 quid. So it's about half price for the first, but then you only get half the issues in stage in the first pack. So
I'm guessing they've got to pick 120 issues then to send in, because obviously I've got the whole.
My experience of model space is that on the negative, you can never figure out when the next parts are going to come, because they've got some kind of weird mathematical formula based on the day of the week and how many weeks there are in the month and what month that is within the year, and divide that by 3.14 and then multiply it by the number of degrees and the temperature, and that works out your next issue date.
Yeah.
No, I ring them up and I go, oh, I'm expecting my payment to have gone through. And they're like, no, it's not due out till Tuesday. And I'm like, okay, you say that like I'm supposed to know. But
well, no, that's what I mean, though, because obviously I've bought the whole kit as one.
Oh, you bought it as one.
So right. I should get the whole lot in one package.
When did you buy it as one kit?
Pardon?
When did you buy it as when did you actually pay for it?
About, I think it was just over 2 weeks ago.
Right,
today.
Okay. It'll be due any day now. But you can always ring them up. I think my DC3 took 2 to 3 weeks to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
But that was bought in the middle of Black Friday sale last year.
I bought it when, because you looked for me, didn't you? Because it came up with a price, but then when you went to the checkout, they didn't have that price.
That's right, yeah.
So then I was on the phone to them. They couldn't understand it. Then I lost contact and rang back, and I spoke to someone else who was not as helpful, unfortunately. And then they just basically erased everything off the website. So I couldn't prove that I saw it for that price. But then he said, give it a few days.
Okay.
And then after about half an hour, I thought, I'm going to try and look again. And they changed it all again. And it was at the right price, and it went through at that price. So
right.
That I bought it that same day.
Do you think they deleted it off the site because you wanted it, or was it just coincidental timing?
I think they deleted it because of the car. It was confusing because you got one price on one section, and then there was another price at the checkout.
Okay.
But apparently, on that particular day, the website team were actually updating the website, so I just happened to get in the middle of them trying to set it all up. Of course, I'm like, I want this now.
On you, because I would hate to go after them because they're picking on you.
Yeah,
I'm spitting my dummy out because I wanted it now.
Yeah, yeah. He had a little pop at me the other day. I quite often speak. I think he's one of the managers or supervisors, but a chappie called Ian, and I love the guy. He sorts out problems so well. But I rang him the other day and I said I'd actually bought something on the Black Friday sale, and I had an email confirmation saying that I paid for it by PayPal, but there was nothing on my PayPal account, and there was nothing come out of my bank accounts. And I said I'm a little bit worried. I just want to make sure that it's gone through, because I'd have to hate to pay for it full price after the sale is finished. And I'm rather pleased with myself because it's 2 items that I want to buy anyway. I just didn't want to buy them this month. I wanted to buy them in 2 or 3 months. So I am actually genuinely saving money by buying something that I actually wanted. And he's going, well, when did you order it? And I'm like, Friday. He goes, well, that's why then. And I'm like, whoa, all right. He's gone, well, it hasn't gone through yet, and we don't actually take the payment until we're ready to dispatch. But that's what I was going to say about, well, you've paid for things in full. But what I've found with Model Space is if you have a payment taken out today, you will probably receive it in about 4 working days.
Oh
They
no.
are pretty good. But obviously, in this particular case, they've obviously taken your money and gone on holiday with it.
Oh, that's not good. I wish I hadn't looked now. It's just gone. It's gone down in price even more.
Has it?
Oh my goodness me!
Really?
Not by a lot, but still,
Enough
it's
to make
that.
you think that you'd waited 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should ring him up again and say, look,
Oh, it
for the
has.
inconvenience,
It's actually gone down quite significantly in price, hasn't it?
for the
Yeah.
inconvenience, maybe you should ring him up, Horlicks.
But why don't you cancel the original order and then reorder it?
We're only talking £30 difference.
No, we're not. We're talking 180 quid difference.
No, not from what I paid. I paid £749.
Oh, okay then. Well, it's up to you. It's you have every right to return that up to 14 days after receipt.
Yeah, I could say, look, I want to return it. Give me a refund. I'm going to rebuy it, and then just keep the one I got.
Yeah, not asking for the difference back, because I tried that with Harley Davidson. Because they'd offered me, when I first bought the Harley, I bought that at like half price for the first issue, for the first pack.
Yeah.
Just I just received the first pack, and they put a new offer, and it was like full price for the first pack one, but every single pack in the whole series was £5 off. And I worked out that by the time I got to pack 6, I'm then saving money. So I cancelled the build. I did ask them if I could switch to that deal, and they went no. So I said, all right, fine, I'll cancel the build then. And I cancelled it, having paid like 10 quid. No, it was 10 quid for the first pack.
Yeah.
So having spent 10 quid on pack 1, I then reordered it and got pack 1 for like £32. But it was £32 reduced from 30 or whatever it was, £42 reduced from 49 or something like that. But it worked out, it's about £5 or £10 a month difference. And obviously I was getting £5 off every pack. So I was kind of spending more for 2 months, but then it took me 2 months to break even from the first pack. And then for every month from there on in, I was getting cheaper issues. So
Makes sense.
yeah, and I got just over halfway through the build, and then they went last year. They had a half price sale, didn't they? I could have bought the whole lot. I could have actually bought, if I'd have waited like 13, 14 months, I could have bought the whole Partwork in one go for half price.
Yeah.
Goodness
me.
me.
If I hadn't actually, because the disappointing thing about the Harley was that there were a lot of parts that you were getting and you didn't do anything with them.
Yeah.
And I always say to anyone, if you're going to buy the Harley, just buy it in full. Don't mess about with monthly issues, because it's like, here's a lovely fuel tank, put it in the box. Here's a lovely wheel, put it in the box.
Yeah.
And I'm now at the point where it's really nicely built up, but it's taken a long time to get anything.
Yeah.
So, and now I've got the Model Space website up in front of me, and now it's tempting me with lovely bills. So I'm going to close that browser window down.
I know.
Is that who'll do the Jeep?
I haven't seen that build a Jeep, and I'm going to be honest with you, I am not interested in it.
No, don't you like it?
No, I love it. I absolutely love it. But I was having a talk with someone, and we were sort of talking. Now, persuading him to save money has persuaded me to do the same. Now, is it Eagle Moss, I think, have got that Jeep, the Willys Jeep, and it's a 1:8 scale, and it looks really, really nice. And by the time you finish building it, it's going to cost you 1,400 quid. Dragon scale models They do a very nice Jeep. Okay, it's made of plastic. You've got to paint and assemble it yourself. But the Jeep is 165 quid.
Wow.
Then you buy the trailer for, I think, about 100 quid. And even if you had to go out and buy yourself an airbrush and all the paints and all the glues and absolutely everything and top of the range paintbrushes, you're still going to have change from 1,400 quid.
Yeah, yeah.
And why don't you buy yourself a scale model for 160 quid and do it over 140 weeks? And then if you're desperate to do it on YouTube, you know, YouTube video number 1. Right, here's the wheel. I've glued the wheel together. Issue number 2, I'm priming it. Issue number 3, I'm painting it. Yeah, really stretch it out. You know, even if you had to buy absolutely everything, you could probably build that for, what's the cost of a good build for someone who's got no equipment? 400 quid?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's £1,000 cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's bigger. 1 to 6 is bigger than 1 to 8. So
yeah.
These Partworks are lovely. And if Dragon Models hadn't done this 1 to 6 scale Jeep, I would be absolutely drooling at this Willys Jeep.
Yeah.
Drooling.
Yeah.
But then some people might not like the Dragon one because at 1 to 6 scale, it doesn't fit in with a lot of the. I think the Partwork models 1 to 8 is about standard scale, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's awkward for me as well because I like 1 to 12.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously the Routemaster is 112, and you know that's why I was so excited about the Eddie Stobart lorry.
Yes.
The Eddie Stobart wagon. That was just right up my street. That it's an old wagon, 1973. So it would have been on the road when the Routemasters were on the road.
Yeah.
And you know, whether I would have.
I can just see Eddie Stobart cutting up your bus on a which is what Eddie Stobarts do.
Well, not on a motorway. I mean, obviously, wagons went into town as well, didn't they? So in them days. Yeah. So you know, and then you know, making a road diorama with 112 scale models, you're still a bit restricted. There's some from Sunstar. Sunstar do some lovely. They do minis, Morris Minors, Volkswagen Beetles, and Volkswagen camper types. You know, the Type 1s, Type 2s. So they do them in 112 scale. There's some nice motorbikes in 112 scale. So yeah, a road diorama would have been perfect. You know, a couple of buses on it and a couple of wagons on it.
That'll take half of your room though, won't it?
Yeah, that's the problem.
If you're doing a big diorama, your 1 to 144 scale is good.
Yeah.
Oh dearie me.
What's up? You're on the Partwork website as well, aren't you?
Oh no.
Go on, what have you seen, Horlicks?
What have you seen?
I've seen a model I need to get.
Oh no, which one?
No.
You'll have to wait and see.
You can't keep me in suspenders.
I can't be doing this. I can't be buying it this side of Christmas, but then I don't know if the price will go back up. Probably will, won't it?
It's model space, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's model space, isn't it? So he's given us a clue. Everyone go on to model space, look up Black Friday. It's obviously 70% off full kits. And I know what it is. Without even seeing it, I know what it is. Because I know what Horlicks likes.
Was it a little competition? Guess what I'm looking at?
I know exactly what it is. No, it's not. Okay.
I don't know.
All right,
could be anything.
Well, it can't be a train because they're all out of stock. All 3 of them.
Yeah, I wanted the train, but it's been out of stock for about a year now.
Yeah.
Volkswagen Beetle Cabriolet.
Is that what it is?
Might be, might not be.
Oh, it is. It is. See, I quite like the McLarens. They've got the Lewis Hamilton one and the Senna one. And I think it would be really nice to have two McLarens sitting side by side. What are they, 20 years apart? Obviously, the Senna one is better because it's Senna. But
they need to bring out a BMW 3 Series model. I'll be all over that.
Really? Why is that, Horlicks?
Because I like them.
You like them, do you?
Especially if they did my F30 shape.
No, they've just reduced the stagecoach again. I think they have.
Oh dear, who started this?
So I mean, this Black Friday, I reckon if you actually go back there on Friday, they'll be half what they are now as well.
No, it's okay. No, it's I have bought it at the price they're at now. So yeah, we're giving away all the secrets. Right. So it's 20 past 10. Is there anything anyone needs to add?
No, not really.
One more bit of chat here. Tommy Tippy says, has anyone got issue 80 for Tommy in Dublin?
Tommy, I have some issues. I've not had a chance to go through them yet. What I'm going to be doing is offering them first of all on Facebook in our group, and then I'll give it a couple of weeks, and then any that aren't sold I'll stick onto eBay, because I know I can make £500 an issue on eBay, can't I? That's about the going rate.
Yeah.
But I'm quite happy to sell. So any issues that I have, I will be advertising on Facebook. And there's nothing stopping you from going on to Facebook and saying, you know, I'm after issue 80 if anybody can help. I know Alex Demetris quite often has issues, don't he? But I don't know what issues he has. No, he doesn't have issues. He has copies of the Routemaster magazine. This is the trouble with using words that have double meanings.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a joke. A woman walks into a cocktail bar and she says, "Could I have a double entendre, please?" And the barman says, "Certainly, I'll give you one." So, shall I do the YouTube schedule?
Yeah. Okay.
I will just say, Horlicks, you've got some deleting to do. You're causing us a confusion.
Why?
You have shows listed on the YouTube schedule that are over now, and we're trying to call your shows out from the 20th and 21st of November. Like I did it this morning, actually. I called out my show, and I'm going right tonight. We have Routemasters show issues 99 and 100, and I'm thinking, hang on, I'm sure I've done that one.
I didn't even. I'm sorry, I didn't. I know I was
pulling your leg.
I didn't realise I had to delete stuff.
Well, yeah, because we can't delete other people, so they might go, "Oh, what that?" I thought that 3-week out of date listing. No, we're still. Well, don't apologise, Horlicks. Right. So tomorrow, talking of VW Sambas, tomorrow night we have Build with Adrian. He's on at 7:30 doing the Jesus Christ, you progressed with that one, Adrian. Build a T1 VW Samba camper van, stages 50 to 54.
Oh, heck.
Yeah, he's be cruising in that little Samba van, isn't he?
Flying, yeah.
Flying without wings. See, a lot of singing I'm doing lately. Never know. If I carry on doing it, I might actually get good at it. So 27th Friday, we have Horlicks doing the Terminator. Now, I'm glad I've got you. The format you do with your Terminator and Routemaster, Horlicks, is that a case of I get on with an issue and I just keep going until I run out of time?
Pretty much, yeah. It depends. I think I've just edited that. Sorry, I'm doing it on the fly.
All right. You know, it's absolutely fine to be editing a spreadsheet while I'm trying to read it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think the Terminator definitely, because they're such they're smaller issues.
Yes.
But I don't know. I don't think the Routemaster will go like that because there's a lot to do in them, and there's a lot of lugging about the bus, and I think one's enough. I mean, unless we get an issue with it, where there's maybe another figurine or something, then we're doing.
Yeah.
So it's quite literally, you might get one issue done, you might get 10 issues.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Horlicks will get
No,
10
but you
on
know,
the Terminator, definitely possible. Routemaster, no, it'll be one, maybe two.
Yeah.
I say we're managing about 2 issues in a stream, but we do sort of gob for England, don't we?
Yeah.
So you might be able to get 3 done but then you're as bad as me, really, aren't you, Horlicks? So
no, right. But yeah.
So Saturday we've got Horlicks again doing Routemaster 106.
Yeah.
And many issues as he can do. Then Sunday at 8 o'clock we've got Build with Adrian doing Spitfire 3738. And as I said this afternoon, I have built 3738 myself. So I personally would be watching that if I had the chance. It's a really good issue, actually. Monday, Chris Campling doing the Terminator. I don't know what issues he's doing. Then Tuesday, we got Bill with Adrian doing Terminator 8788. And then Wednesday afternoon, we have myself and Yorkshire Crafter doing a dual stream, the Paint with Diamond show. That's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, GMT. Is it GMT? No, it's not British summertime anymore, is it?
Yeah.
Summer's gone. That was a good fortnight, wasn't it? But it's gone now.
Yeah.
And then that takes us to Wednesday evening at 7:30. Remember, it's 7:30 next week. We're doing issue 103 of the Routemaster.
Yeah.
The reason we're doing it at 7:30 is we're anticipating a big one. Because we've got little bits to do from previous issues where we've put it off until we get the roof off. So we're thinking maybe if we go 7:30 to 10:30, I think I'm going to stop building at 10:30. Regardless of what stage we're at, because once your eyes start going a bit boggly and tired, there's no point carrying on, is there?
I think once you get a bit of progress, Penny, you'll be saying to yourself, "Oh, let's get a bit more done."
I hope to get issue 103 done, but I'm not going to rush it, and I'm not going to push myself beyond what I should be doing.
Yeah, you should get 103 done, I would have thought.
Well, one person's saying we're not sure if we'll get it done. Another person's saying we will get it done. Let's just plod along and get it done, not put any pressure on.
There is a lot for you to do, and I think it will be really great to get that done so you're fresh for the next issue. So next week,
really
obviously,
looking forward to issue.
Yeah, we're going to start earlier next week, aren't we? So at the new time of 7:30.
No, it's just one off at 7:30.
Yeah, so I think if we just crack straight on with it, because there's so much to do.
I think we'll change the rules a little bit in that I'll get you to read the chat out as it comes in.
Yeah,
so
and
building, we'll chat, keep it going as we go.
And then you can just focus on building the whole time.
Yeah, and obviously I might put my headphones on so that the sound gets concentrated more into my ears.
Yeah.
So I'm like, as I'm building, and just crack on with it. I'll tell you what I'm doing. We'll stop after every step. You'll tell me what to do next, and then we'll just crack on with it. And
because there is a lot to do, so we need to
something like that, plus a little bit more.
Yeah.
But obviously I'll talk to you about that after the show before next week anyway. So what is it that what was Wednesday afternoon again?
Wednesday afternoon at 2 o'clock is our diamond painting show with myself and Yorkshire Crafter. And I'm sure that wasn't me, but it's been changed to the Paint with Plastic Beads show. That's you, isn't it, Horlicks?
I'm just winding you up.
You have broken the rules, Horlicks. You're only allowed to change your own stream.
You should have put a lock on it.
Or you can't, can you? But when you're still in the square and it comes up and you hover and it goes Horlicks. I looked at that and I thought, I'm sure I didn't write that. I don't know if you saw my face go as I was like, hang on a minute. So, right, let's see what I could change Horlicks to. Right.
But no. Yeah, no, I think that's it for me anyway.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. Right. Yeah. No, I'm just. Yeah. Oh, Dave, you've got a stream coming up as well.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time ahead, but according to this, you're streaming on Sunday, the 13th of December.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I know it's a long way off, but
no, that's all right. That's fine.
See, I like Dave's streams because he doesn't do that many, but they're usually pretty good.
Yeah.
But you get to see him nearly every night anyway, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I've got something rather special lined up for then. Yeah, might just have something finished by then. Might just have. But yeah.
Third bus. Ooh,
pardon?
Can we guess?
No.
No.
Okay. No. So now we'll have we'll make it interesting. We'll do a bit of this, a bit of that.
Dave.
Yeah, we'll find something to talk about and share.
Oh, I can see what's coming.
Can you?
I think. No, I can't. But it'll be fun.
Can I just acknowledge Ian Campbell? Thank you for joining us, Ian Campbell. Ian Campbell is also known as Partwork Upgrades. It is the right Ian Campbell, isn't it? I think it is. If it's Ian Campbell. Yeah. So I've seen him on other people's channels under the name of Partwork Upgrades. But if it's the Ian Campbell, I think it is. This is the guy responsible for some really good upgrades on the Terminator and the Rossi bike. And I'm sure there's more, but I can't think what they are. There's a little mod that we can't really show you on regarding the Bismarck, which makes it, in my opinion, extra realistic. But hello, Ian Campbell, anyway. And then we have Peter Whitlock saying, good night, everyone. Catch you all again next week. So,
good night, Peter.
Talking of catching you all again next week, who would like to say goodbye first? I'll even put you on full screen.
Well, I'll go first if you like, because I'm the guest. Thanks for joining us tonight on Penny's channel, the Partwork Show. Penny did rather well tonight doing 2 issues, and she's soon going to have this bus nicely finished. Join Penny and Horlicks next week, and for issue 103, it's going to be a mammoth issue to do. There's lots to do, lots of things to put on, lots of things to put in the bus, lots of screws to put in and tighten up. And once she's done all that work, she will really bring her bus to life, as we all know that's done them so far. Yeah. So thanks for joining us again, and I'll wave you goodbye and give Penny a nice good thumbs up.
And Horlicks.
And I'm here. Great show, well done. As I say, next week is going to be mammoth build, so I suggest you get your duvets, sort your teeth out.
Are you saying that it's going to be that boring that they're going to need their duvets and their pillows?
No, you're going to, and then you need a jug of tea and a lot of snacks, biscuits, sweets. It's going to be a premiere. So it'll be good. It'll be good fun. I will see you all next week at the revised time next week at 7:30, only for next week.
Right, thanks for joining us. If I can sign off in 50 seconds, that means we've done it in less than 2.5 hours. It's got to be some kind of record, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, guys. It's been a pleasure as always, and I hope to catch you all next week. A big thank you to Dave for joining us, and as always, Horlicks. And let's not forget, what's his name? Adrian, for all the background work that he does, our technical director. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.